So, for the month of May, we are going to be doing things a little differently. We're going to be going live 3 days a week, and I'm basically going to be sharing a bit of my story. So, it's May, we're talking about my story, and let's just get right into it. So, this is going to be like a series of live podcasts where I just share my journey of what I've been through in the last 18 months. It has been a roller coaster. If you know me in real life, you know a little bit. If you know me more closely, you know a lot of what I have been through in the last 18 months. So I'm just taking this time to share with you what I've been through. We're going to talk about various different um, topics and ideas revolving around loss, revolving around unexpected blessings, revolving around struggles, and then also triumphs that I have been through. Um, and I'm just going to open up about the highs and lows. This could be a little bit of a like emotional time, a lot of time for vulnerability and connecting with you guys so you can connect with me as well about my journey. And yeah, so this first episode, I'm calling it just an introduction. It's gonna cover a little bit of the topics that we're going to go through this whole month. And yeah, and what I want to achieve in each topic. So let's go through it. So the days that I'm going to be going live is Mondays every other Thursday, because on the off Thursday, when we're not going to be talking about my story, we're going to be doing an updated uh what is the word? Oh, check-in on how I'm doing with my journey for the 90 days to YouTube challenge. Um and then also Saturday. So Mondays every other Thursdays and Saturdays I will be going live. So, like I said in this first episode, it's just going to be an introduction, a little bit about the topics that we're going to be covering in this whole month, and then yeah, just why I decided to share my story. I think that my story is very unique, and even though I'm still in the thick of it, there's a lot of things that I've learned, and I just want to share. And I think it's just a great opportunity to just share with each one of you, and this way we can grow together. Um, so yeah, so this is the first episode. The next episode is going to be this Thursday. It's going to be a little heavier of the topics. It's going to be about the loss that I have endured. It's going to be about my mom's surgery and her passing. And we're just going to explore all the challenges that I have been through beyond that for the next episodes to unfold. So, we'll just talk about in that episode the emotional roller coaster that had happened, all the arrangements that come with losing a loved one, especially a mother. We're going to be talking about caregiving, grief, what we had to do to just make arrangements for that day. We're going to be talking about finding comfort and community. We're going to be exploring all those different topics within Thursday's episode. After that, we have episode 3, which we're going to be talking about more of community. Um, the community around me is such a blessing. There are so many people that I did not know that have become just like friends and supportive figures in my life. And there's so many people that I did know that just continue to be there for me and to pour into me when I did not know what to do. A lot of people helping me out, making decisions, guiding me, and just making sure that I am making the decision for myself and what I want to do going forward after going through the loss of my mom. So we're going to be talking about that. We're also going to be talking about just the power of connection and community in times like that, because we'll get into it as the weeks go on, but it could be very isolating when you have lost someone so close to you. And I was an only child. It was just me and my mom. She was my rock. So we're going to talk about who became not my rock, but like who was just there for me during this time. So community. After that, we are going to have an episode about faith. These are all kind of like going into each other. I love it. I planned for it, but like as I'm speaking, like they're really just blending really well. Um, so that's good. That's what I intended. But anyways, we're gonna be talking about faith and what has become my rock, which is Jesus, and just how he has been so faithful through it all. We're going to talk about the ups and downs of my faith as well, because again, when something like this happens, it's very easy to question our faith and question what we believe in, um, and kind of hold on to it. But when things happen in our lives, I really believe that like God just has a plan. Yeah, we're going to get into it, but God has a plan. He's been my comforter, he has been guiding me, and there has been an amazing community of my church, Fox Church, that has been helping me through this process. So, we're going to talk about all of that in the episode of faith. The next episode after faith is about selling my house or condo. I basically had to grieve another loss, and this time I kind of chose to, because the first time was very sudden and unexpected, but this loss was of my childhood condo or home. um I made the difficult decision to sell it because it just didn't make sense for me to keep it, and it was a bittersweet process. I had to basically pack up my whole life or sell or donate everything like so quickly, because if you do know me, you know that I had to go to study abroad. So I had to make a lot of decisions really fast. We'll talk about whether or not I regret my decision for selling my condo or not. So we're gonna talk about all the changes that happened. It was my first time selling a house too. So I did a lot. So we're gonna talk about that in that episode. A next topic we're going to talk about is school. So while all this was going on, I was in my senior year, finishing up my bachelor's, and we're going to talk about how I made it through my senior year, how I was able to juggle all of the decision making on top of my school schedule, on top of producing a senior thesis, um, all the academic responsibilities that I had during that time. We're just going to explore all of that. What else? Yeah. I also wrote here that how education had become like a refuge, and a source of motivation just to keep me going. I wanted to pour my all into my projects and just really make sure that I was on top of my studies during a time like this because I wanted to graduate on time. Okay. The next topic, which I kind of hinted at, is preparing for Italy during this time and Italy itself. So we're going to be talking about all the adventure that I had went on over there, the visa process before that, packing for the trip. We're going to be talking about how I felt isolated over there. We're just going to be covering a lot when talking about Italy. And yeah. So which you kind of know about right now because I cover travel and my experience in Italy quite a bit on this channel, but we're just going to delve into the more like serious topics about studying abroad in Italy and how I felt because of what I went through beforehand and during. So finally, we're just wrapping up here. So obviously, we're going to talk about grief. We're going to talk about all the various stages that you go through. They're not clean cut stages. Like, I'm still grieving and I will be for the rest of my life, but grief is like this just mess of uh emotions that you're going to feel. It could be guilt, it could be just sadness, anger. There's a lot of different emotions that I felt the day of. I was shocked. I still don't believe it's true. So I'm like in denial. Always waiting for that phone call, you know what I mean? So we're just going to talk about all the stages of grief that I felt back then, but also now and what I'm going through, because grief is not easy and it's not a linear path. It's very messy, it's very up and down. And yeah, so we're going to cover grief. So that's going to be another happy, not happy, but heavy episode for sure. And then finally, we're just gonna have a wrap up episode where we're just gonna be talking about my journey as a whole and what I'm doing now. Basically, just summary of all the different topics that I will be explaining throughout this month. We're going to be talking about growth. We're going to be talking about transformation, strength, life, amidst all the chaos. We're going to be talking about how to just overcome and keep pushing. Yeah. We're going to be talking about gratitude. We're going to be talking about self discovery, resilience. So we're just going to wrap up again at the end of May, all of these different topics. So, yeah, I really just wanted to open up more on my channel about my journey and my story, and just really open up. That's all. Yeah, I just feel very grateful to have a community and a platform where I can share my story, and hopefully it'll reach others. I don't know what you're going through, but I just know that God has you, and he gives us trials and tribulations in our lives to really just show how good he is in the end. And that's just what I want to do. I just want to share and create a safe space so I can just express what I want to express, and you can do the same exact thing. So join me, like I said, be on a alert. You can hit the bell button, and you can join me every Monday, every other Thursday, but also on the off Thursdays because you want to tune into the check-ins to see how I'm doing in this challenge. But then also on Saturdays, just for me opening up a little bit about my story. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. This wraps up episode 1 of our live series of my story in the month of May. And I really hope that you will join me. So, yeah, I just want to say thank you for tuning into my first live for this first episode. And I hope that these topics will just encourage you to want to tune into the rest of them. And yeah, so I will see you in the next live, which is Thursday. But I also have a video dropping. I'm be dropping Travel Tuesday video tomorrow, so stay tuned for that. Um, but yeah, so thank you so much for tuning in. I will see you in the next one. Bye.